What if I told you the most disrespected superstar in football isn't washed, isn't overrated, but is outscoring every Premier League legend ever, right now? One man averages 0.93 goals and 0.58 assists per game, a goal contribution every 58 minutes. In any other era, these numbers would be godly, but when it's Mohamed Salah, crickets. The bookmakers rank him for the Ballon d'Or, behind players he's statistically demolishing. He's outscored Thierry Henry and Steven Gerrard in fewer games. Yet when Henry did it, he was magisterial. When Salah does it, robotic, a penalty merchant. Fans call Hazard artistic for dribbling into walls, and Sanchez electric for half-season spurts. But Salah, he runs funny. Since when did football become strictly come dancing? This isn't about style, it's about jealousy. And Salah, he refuses to play the PR game. 7 years at Liverpool, just 2 post-match sound bites. Meanwhile, his Christmas photos spark more outrage than his hat tricks. Let that sink in. The Ballon d'Or? 51 goal contributions in his debut season. Ronaldo and Messi couldn't touch that. But one injury in the UCL final. And poof, Modric steals a narrative. Since then, 5th, 7th, 11th. Now at 32, he's on 23 goals and 20 assists by February, yet 2 penalty shootout losses and the world erases him. So I'll ask again, why does nobody respect Mohamed Salah? Stick around, because this is about to get ugly. But let's cut deeper, because the disrespect didn't start now. Rewind to 2018. Salah wasn't just good, he was historic. 51 goal contributions, a Champions League final, the Premier League Golden Boot, and when Ronaldo stumbled with off-field scandals. The Ballon d'Or was right there. But then disaster. That shoulder injury in Kiev. Carragher meltdown. And in one night, the narrative flipped. Not Salah, the unstoppable force, but Salah, the nearly man. And football never let him forget it. The next year, he adapted, became less flashy, more ruthless. And what happened? Oh, he's robotic now. Even as he dragged Liverpool to a 97-point season, one asterisk defeat all year, they said he choked the title. Never mind that Pep Centurions needed every single point to stop him. Never mind that he outscored every winger in Europe. 2 penalty shootouts for Egypt. Suddenly, Maine was Africa's golden boy. Even though Salah had double his goal contributions, the script was written. Salah doesn't deliver when it matters. Asterisk. But here's the real joke. 2020, Liverpool dominate. Salah relentless. Yet, when the PFA Team of the Year dropped, Raheem Sterling took his spot with 1 more goal and 0 playmaking. Why? Because voters were bored. They'd moved on. And that's when we saw the truth. This wasn't about stats. This was about fashion. Let's talk about aesthetics, because that's the real crime. Salah doesn't glide like Hazard, doesn't scowl like Rooney, so they call him unemotional. But since when did frowning become a metric for greatness? Since when did dribbling count more than winning? Look at the numbers. Salah has more non-penalty goals than Henry, more assists than Beckham. But because he doesn't celebrate like a WWE villain, he's not clutch. Meanwhile, Kevin De Bruyne, the golden boy, has 1 Premier League podium award. Salah has 2. But ask a fan, and they'll swear KDB is light years ahead. Why? Because Belgium fits the maestro stereotype. Salah? Too quiet, too polite, too foreign. And don't even get me started on the Ballon d'Or. Since 2018, Salah's been top 5 in Europe for goals plus assists every single year. But the award? 5th, 7th, 11th. Meanwhile, Karim Benzema wins it for 1 UCL carry job. Luka Modric for 3 good months at a World Cup. But Salah? 8 years of elite production? Sorry, mate, didn't win the Champions League this year. As if Harry Kane or Haaland are punished for their teams failing. The standard moves, but only for Salah. And the ultimate insult? AFCON. Jamie Carragher called it a holiday tournament. But when Salah carries Egypt to 2 finals, oh, it's just Africa. Yet Copa America, where Messi faced Ecuador and Venezuela, gets treated like the Olympics. Tell me that's not prejudice. But here's where it gets beautiful. At 32, when most wingers fade, Salah's evolving. This season, a goal or assist every 49 minutes. More open play goals than Haaland. More big chances created than Bruno. And still the whispers, he's selfish. Liverpool should sell. Even Klopp doubted him. But Salah, he locked in. 15 goal contributions in his first 13 games. A record-breaking 20-plus assists. And now, with the Ballon d'Or race wide open, what's the narrative? Oh, but PSG might win a UCL. As if Kylian Mbappe, who's never carried a Farmers League team like Salah did Liverpool in 2021, deserves it more. So here's the truth. Salah isn't underrated. He's feared. Because he exposes a hypocrisy. The aesthetics bias. The big club bias. The he's not charismatic enough bias. And that's why they hate him. Because he wins without their permission. But guess what? History always remembers the numbers. And when Salah retires with 300 goals, 5 golden boots, and 0 Ballon d'Ors, we'll finally admit it. The real fraud wasn't Salah. It was us all along. So let's ask the real question. When Salah retires, how will we remember him? As the Premier League's third highest scorer? As the only player besides Messi with 5 straight 30-plus goal seasons? Or as the man who broke every record, except the one that mattered to the voters? We've been brainwashed. Since 2007, 10 Ballon d'Or winners won the UCL that year. But here's what no one admits. The Champions League is a cup competition, a lottery. Salah took Liverpool, a team that hadn't won anything in a decade, to 3 finals. But because Carragher gifted Madrid a title, because Courtois turned into a wall in Paris, suddenly, Salah isn't clutch. Meanwhile, Haaland ghosts in every big game, but his team wins, so he's the best striker in the world. Make it make sense, and let's be brutally honest. If Salah were Brazilian, if his name were Mohamedinho, we'd call him magical. But an African Muslim breaking records in England? Too political for the highlights. Too quiet for the documentaries. Even his own federation couldn't fill out a Ballon d'Or ballot correctly. That's not an accident. That's systemic. Here's the undeniable truth. Since 2017, no one in Europe has more. Non-penalty goals in Salah, 217. Open play assists, 89. Game-winning goals, 63. Not Messi. Not Ronaldo. No one. And yet, where's his crown? Even Klopp fell for it. After building his legacy on Salah's back, he spent 2023 questioning him. Meanwhile, Pep treats Haaland like a golden retriever after one good season. That's the difference. Salah never had a cheerleader. Just critics. So here's my Ballon d'Or vote. A man who redefined consistency, who outlasted every next big thing, who sacrificed Saudi billions to keep fighting in the rain at Stoke, the only player who simultaneously, in the Premier Leagues, top 5 scorers and top 10 assists and top 3 podium awards, without an oil state PR machine, without UEFA's favoritism, just cold, hard numbers. History will judge this era, and when it does, Mohamed Salah won't be the player we underestimated. He'll be the mirror we were too afraid to look into.